Good afternoon. So we are done with the transmission lines module. So the next module, or I can say the last module, is computational electromagnetics. So it is computational electromagnetics. So I can use the short form EM for electromagnetics. So basically this chapter is concerned with solving EM problems. Okay, and why we study this is, first for that we need to understand what is a closed form solution. So if I ask you what is the equation for a capacitor, hopefully everyone will tell me C is epsilon E by D, right? So this is what an explicit and algebraic equation which defines the formula for the value of a capacitor, right? So this is called as what? A closed form expression or a closed form solution, we can see. Okay, so which has an explicit algebraic equation. Okay, so this comes under the purview of analytical solutions. That is, you have some assumptions or you have some expressions, you just substitute the parameters and you get the equation, right? For example, we have Maxwell's equations, wave equations, etc., right? So all those were these examples, right? But the problem with analytical solutions is they can be solved for simple configurations only, right? For example, we solved Laplace's equations, right? So there was solved for a small surface. You are given v of 0 equal to 1, then v of 10 equal, v at z equal to 0 equal to 1, then v at z equal to 10 equal to 10 volts, right? So the purview was around only 10 meters, right? But what if the surface is very long, right? So this becomes tedious to solve, right? So that is where the analytical methods are not suitable, right? So we go to, so basically for complex theoretical formulas, what we do is we resort to non-analytical methods. And what are these non-analytical methods? The one we have already seen is a graphical method. So Smith chart equations, again we saw they were uh, quite tedious to solve. You have to take square root of complex number, etc., right? So we went to graphical method. Then other methods are experimental, analog methods, and numerical methods, right? So now we have come to a very ultra modern age. So computers have become very fast now. So that is why, apart from other methods, we mostly use now numerical methods. Okay, so these are mainly due to the advent of fast digital computers. These are used. Okay, so what these numerical methods are? So if you see our electromagnetic problems, all problems, most of the problems either involve what? Partial differential equations or integral equations. So simple example is Maxwell's equations. We have two forms: integral form and point form. The point form is also called as differential form, right? So if I write, the first one is for Gauss law for electric fields. So what is it? Del dot D vector, integral form is closed surface integral of D vector dot ds vector equal to q enclosed. Then point form or differential form is what? Del dot D vector equal to rho v, right? Then Gauss law for magnetic fields. So surface integral of b vector dot ds vector equal to 0. Point form is del dot b vector equal to 0. Then we have a modified Ampere's law. Closed integral of h vector dot dl vector equal to surface integral of j vector plus dabba by dabba t d vector combined dot ds vector. Then point form or differential form is del cross h vector is j vector plus dabba by dabba t d vector. And finally we have Faraday's law. Closed integral of E vector dot dl vector equal to minus dabba by dabba t surface integral of B vector dot ds vector. And point form is what? Del cross E vector is minus dabba by dabba t B vector, right? So if you see, sorry, this side equations are what? Integral equations. right? And these sides are differential equations. Now you might say, where I don't see any differential operator. I have that. What is this del? Del क्या होता है? Dabba by dabba x I cap plus dabba by dabba y j cap plus dabba by dabba z k cap. So this is what I mean by saying most electromagnetic problems which we solved involved either what? Partial differential equations or integral equations, right? So how to solve this? As we saw, they are quite tedious to solve, right? So how to solve this? The answer is numerical methods. Okay, so the first method is FDM. So it stands for finite difference method. Then we have FEM. So that is finite element method. And finally we have MOM, which is method of moments. So these first two are used for solving PDEs. What are PDEs? Partial differential equations. Okay, and this integral method of moments is used to solve integral equations. Okay, so if you have an integral equation which you want to get solved, which method you will prefer? M1. And if you want FDM, differential equations to be solved, which method you will prefer? FDM or FEM. Okay. So let's start first with FDM. That is what? Finite difference method. So let's say I have a surface, arbitrary surface. Okay. So I want to solve the Laplace or Poisson's equation here. So how they are given? Poisson's equation is del square V equal to minus rho V by epsilon, right? So and assume this surface is huge, right? So it is tedious to solve analytically, even though if we have the equation, right? So obviously we'll take the recourse of numerical methods. So let's try to solve this using finite difference method. Okay. So how to solve this is, there are three steps. So step one, what we can do is divide the surface or region into a grid of nodes. Then we have step two, approximate the DEs. Again, what are DEs? Differential equations. So approximate the differential equations by a set of what? Algebraic equations. And why we have to do this? Because obviously these are tedious to solve. Differential equations जहाँ पे भी derivative term आएगा, it is tedious to solve. So we try to convert it to algebraic equations, so in simpler form. So that is step two. And finally what we do is, so once we have got algebraic equations, what is the next obvious step? To solve the algebraic equations. Okay, so these three steps we are going to do. So again I'll take this surface. So again this huge surface is there. So I divide it, as the first step said, into a grid of nodes. Okay, so let's say this is my grid. So I have three vertical lines, let's say, and three horizontal lines. Okay, so I say this is I, the center horizontal and vertical lines are I and J. Then this is to the left, so I take this as I minus 1, this is I plus 1, this is J plus 1, and this is J minus 1. Okay, so and what is the equation we need to solve? Del square V is minus rho V by epsilon, or let's say del square V is 0, any one of this. Okay, so basically we want to find the voltage at each of these nodes. So what are nodes? All these points or intersection of the lines are called as nodes. Okay, so what will this point be? I j का intersection है, right? And it is a v, therefore it is vi comma j. So what will this be? Vi minus 1 comma j. What will this be? Vi plus 1 comma j. What will this be? Vi plus 1 comma j minus 1, and so on. Okay, so now we'll just name the neighboring points of vij. Okay, let's say we want to first find vij, and why I'm taking only the neighboring points, that will be clear when I'm at the end of this part. So vi ये क्या होगा? j minus 1. This will be vi j plus 1, right? And let's say this is x naught plus delta x naught minus delta x. ये कहाँ से आया? Because I am assuming this length to be, distance between the lines to be delta x, and this is delta y. Okay, so let's say this is x axis and y axis from that. Okay, so similarly this will be y naught plus delta y naught minus delta y. Okay, so step 1 is already done. I have divided the surface or the region into a grid of nodes, right? And let's say we assume that one of the potentials is known, right? So if the potential is known, for example, if I know this potential, then it is called as fixed node, and I don't know the other potentials, then they are called as free nodes. Okay, if the potential is known, it is called as fixed node, and if the potential is not known, it is called as free nodes. It will not be quite important here, this definition, but when we do finite element method, the concept of fixed and free nodes is important. Okay, so what is the step 2? So step 2, we need to obtain what? From differential equations, that is this dabba by dabba x term should get converted to what? Algebraic equations. Okay, so let's start with our Poisson's equation. So what is it? Del square v equal to minus rho v by epsilon, right? And we are only considering a two-dimensional problem, right? So del is what? Dabba by dabba x plus dabba by dabba y plus dabba by dabba z in the direction I, j, k, right? But सिर्फ x y है तो dabba by dabba z 0 रहेगा. So therefore this reduces to dabba square v by dabba x square plus dabba square v by dabba y square equal to minus rho v by epsilon, right? So we need to find this. Basically फिर क्या करना है? स्टेप 2 में आ गया. दिस इज स्टेप 2. सो इसको अल्जेब्राइक फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करना है, मतलब डिफरेंशियल फॉर्म नहीं चाहिए, राइट? सो लेट्स गो टू द definition of differentiation. So before going to double differentiation, we'll do single derivative. Okay, so what is f dash of x? If I want to find, what is the definition? It is f of x plus h minus f of x upon h. Okay, so this is called as forward difference formula. Okay, then similarly I have backward difference formula. Okay, so what is that backward difference formula? Is f of x, f dash of x is f of x minus f of x minus h upon h. And then I have central difference formula. So f dash of x is f of x plus h minus f of x minus h upon 2h. Okay, so this is the central difference formula. So these are all definitions of derivative only. So I'll just use the central difference formula and try to find the derivative at the point x naught comma y naught, that is here. Okay, at the center point. So what it will be? It will be v dash or v prime to be precise. उसको dash नहीं prime बोलते technically. So it will be what? Dabba v by dabba x. I am trying to find at x equal to x0. So क्या रहेगा? According to central difference formula I am using. So it will be, my function is voltage. So v of x naught. So I am trying to find here. इधर का point क्या है? x naught plus delta x. Central difference formula. पिछला क्या है? x naught minus delta x. So v of x naught plus delta x comma y naught. If you don't write the y naught term, it is fine. Minus v of x naught minus delta x comma y naught अपॉन क्या होता है? इफ यू सी हियर, इट इज डिफरेंस ऑफ दिस टर्म्स इन ब्रैकेट्स. सो ये दोनों का डिफरेंस क्या रहेगा? 2 डेल्टा एक्स, राइट? So therefore, what is this v dash or v prime? What is v of x naught plus delta x comma y naught? X naught plus delta x comma y naught is I plus 1 comma j, right? So it is v I plus 1 comma j. So next is what? X naught minus delta x y naught. X naught minus delta x y naught is I minus 1 comma j. So minus v I minus 1 comma j upon 2 delta x, right? So next what we have to find, but ये single derivative है, what we want is double derivative, right? So therefore v double prime is dabba square v, this is dabba by x square at x equal to x0 v, right? So basically it is dabba v prime by dabba x, right? So I'll write it on the new page. So therefore v double prime will be what? X naught plus, see when you are taking double derivative, that h term or this h becomes half, okay, by definition. So it becomes delta x की जगह delta x by 2 रहेगा, rest all will be same, minus v prime of x naught minus delta x by 2 comma y naught upon delta x. Why delta x now? Because ये दोनों का डिफरेंस क्या है अभी? delta x, okay. प्रीवियस केस में ये डेल्टा एक्स था, ये डेल्टा एक्स था, इसलिए डिफरेंस वाज डेल्टा 2 डेल्टा एक्स, राइट? So if you solve this, therefore v double prime equal to, so now what is v prime of x naught plus delta x by 2 comma y naught? What it will be? You can say this is what v prime, right? So instead you will get, instead of this expression, delta x की जगह क्या है? delta x by 2, right? So what it will be? So it is what v prime of x naught plus delta x by 2 y naught. So it indicates what? Forward difference formula, right? So h is how much? Delta x by 2, right? So it will be what? X naught plus delta x by 2 is x now, right? And h कितना आ रहा है? प्लस डेल्टा एक्स बाय 2. सो x नॉट प्लस डेल्टा एक्स बाय 2 प्लस डेल्टा एक्स बाय 2, तो क्या होगा? x नॉट प्लस डेल्टा एक्स कोमा y नॉट, राइट? सो इट विल बी v prime of x naught plus delta x comma y naught minus 2, sorry, minus v of x naught comma y naught, because delta x by 2 minus delta x by 2 होगा, पहले प्लस किया तो अभी माइनस होगा, राइट? So similarly, this is what? X naught minus delta x by 2. So it will be what? V of x naught comma y naught minus v of x naught minus delta x, इसका उल्टा आएगा similarly जैसा, comma y naught upon delta x. Sorry, this will be upon delta x and this will also be upon delta x. So if you solve this, v double prime will be what? V of x naught plus delta x comma y naught माइनस ये क्या हो जाएगा? 2. सो 2 v of x naught comma y naught माइनस माइनस प्लस e of x naught माइनस delta x comma y naught, या अपॉन ये क्या हो जाएगा? delta x the whole square, right? So this is what with respect to x equal to x naught, right? So similarly I can say y prime at y equal to y naught भी ढूंढना है. क्यों ढूंढना है? Because what we want to find dabba square v by dabba x square, that's what we have found here, plus y square करना है, that's why with respect to y square. So same expression you will get v of x naught plus yeah. So if you similarly if you solve, what you will get? Right here, v prime of y equal to y naught, it will be v of, अभी आप y पे कर रहे हो इसलिए it will be y plus y naught plus delta y minus 2v x naught comma y naught plus v of x naught comma y naught minus delta y upon delta x की जगह delta y the whole square, right? So this is equation 1, this is equation 2, right? So what we have to do, add them. So 1 plus 2 we have to do. So therefore what we will get, yeah, I forgot to write this in terms of what. So therefore v double prime equal to x naught comma y naught plus delta y. So x naught is this, y naught plus delta naught is this. So vi comma j plus 1, right? So vi j plus 1 minus x naught comma y naught will be what, I comma j, plus this will be what, x naught y naught minus delta, x naught y naught minus delta y, I comma j minus 1. So I comma j minus 1 upon delta y the whole square. This is for x, sorry, this is for y. Similarly we can write for x, it will be, सिर्फ ये j I plus 1 होगा, ये j होगा. So vi plus 1 comma j minus 2 vi comma j, ये j I minus 1 होगा, ये j होगा, plus vi minus 1 comma j upon delta x the whole square. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2. Okay, so if you add this, what will happen? So you will get, therefore vi plus 1 comma I plus 1 comma j, this one, plus vi minus 1 comma j, this one, plus vi comma j minus 1, I comma j minus 1, and this, plus vi comma j plus 1, and this 2 will be minus 4 vi comma j equal to, they are equal to what, minus rho v by epsilon, right? So let's say delta x equal to delta y equal to h square. तो क्या आएगा सॉल्व करके, माइनस एच स्क्वायर रो वी बाय एप्सिलॉन. सो h को क्या बोलते हैं, so I can further simplify this. So I can, what I have to find, I have to find this potential vi comma j, right? So find vi comma j. So I'll directly write the expression because the derivation is not there in the exam. So Vij, if you solve, it comes out to be 4 times the, right? Vij, so 1 by 4 times all the potentials. So Vi plus 1 comma j plus Vi minus 1 comma j plus Vi comma j plus 1 plus Vi comma j minus 1 plus h square rho v by epsilon. Okay, so this is our expression. Here h is called the mesh size. Okay, so what is a mesh? So this was your surface and we assumed it to be huge, so it is not feasible to solve directly. So what we do, we divide it into very small parts, right? And each part, this represents a node, this represents a small region, right? So this is called as meshing. Okay, so and this h, this takes the size of the mesh. Okay, so if you want exact, now you can divide it as way you want. If this is a huge surface, you divide it like this. You have only 4 meshes or 4 cells, right? So obviously and you can again have the same surface, assume these two are equal. I can divide it into I can divide it finely, I mean. So this is a coarse mesh and this is a fine mesh, right? So solution kiska better hoga? Obviously I am taking more points here to solve. So this solution will be more close to the actual answer or the exact answer, right? And this will be quite far away from the exact answer, right? So this mesh size should be what? As small as possible. Okay, matlab zyada points आएगी. Okay, so we can say it tends to 0, right? So that is the reason we say Vij equal to, or we can say rho v is 0 if we are solving for Laplace's equation or if there are no volume charges. So finally we have Vi plus 1 comma j plus vi minus 1 comma j plus vi comma j plus 1 plus vi comma j minus 1. Okay, so yeah, so if you see what I have to find this, मुझे ये ढूंढना है, right? So what am I getting? It is 1/4 of I plus 1 comma j. So where is I plus 1 comma j? This one, it's circle. I minus 1 comma j is this. I comma j plus 1 is this. I j comma minus 1 is this. So I had said initially that I am taking only the neighboring points. So I hope you got it right, because it is coming only as the addition of this divided by 4, right? So it is just the average of the neighboring nodes, we can say. Okay, so similarly if you want to find this, यहाँ पे और एक line होगा. So what we will do? This plus this plus this plus this upon 4. Okay, so this is the simple finite difference method. Okay, yeah, so this will give only for this, right? So next step is what? Step 3, solve the algebraic equation. So you will solve this. So finally what you will get are two matrices, A V equal to B. Okay, so this will be what? The unknown to be found out. Okay, so ये क्या रहेगा? जिसका पोटेंशियल पता है, as I said some potential should be known. So this will be the matrix containing known potentials. And if you observe A matrix जो आएगा, it will be a very sparse matrix. Sparse matrix means what? Mainly it will have 0 terms. Okay, so this method you can solve it by two methods, which is iteration method and the band matrix method. इसको बैंड मैट्रिक्स क्यों बोलते हैं? क्योंकि ये मैट्रिक्स ए जो रहेगा, the numbers will be concentrated along the diagonal, rest all this will be 0, this will be 0, इसलिए उसको बैंडेड मैट्रिक्स बोलते हैं. तो उससे नाम आता है बैंड मैट्रिक्स मेथड. ओके, so let's directly solve the sums based on this. So very simple sums, so I'll take only one sum. So the sum is use finite difference method to determine potentials at nodes 1 and 2. This is not working. So this is what they have given, the surface which we are assuming. So this is the potential at node 1, this is at node 2, and this they have given 0 volts. This is 20 volts, this is 10 volts, and this is 10 volts. Means this entire, all these 3.4 nodes are, sorry, all these two nodes are 0 volts, this is 20 volts, this is 10 volts, and this is 10 volts. Okay, so how will you solve this? You have to use FDM. तो V1 का क्या रहेगा फॉर्मूला? नेबरिंग नोड्स का एडिशन डिवाइडेड बाय 4. सो 1/4 इंटू 10 प्लस 2 प्लस 0 प्लस 20, राइट? I made some mistake. Yeah, this is not 2, this is what V2, right? इसका पोटेंशियल नहीं पता है, वोल्ट्स ने लिखा है, नोड 1 नोड 2 दिए, राइट? सो व्हाट विल दिस बी? V1 इक्वल टू 30 plus V2 upon 4. So therefore 4V1 minus 0.4V1 minus V2 equal to 30, right? Am I correct? 4V1 minus V2 equal to 30. Yeah, let's say this is equation 1. Similarly we will get V2 equal to 1/4. नेबरिंग क्या है? 0 1 0 V1 है, ये 20 10, 0 V1 20 10. So therefore V2 equal to 1/4 into 30 plus V1. So therefore 4V2 minus V1 equal to 30. So this is equation 2. So just substitute in calc, you'll get the answer for V1, V2 and you'll get 10 marks. Yes, this sum comes for 10 marks. So what we'll get? 4 minus 1 30. रिमेंबर यहाँ पे V1 V2 लिया है तो यहाँ पे भी V1 V2 लेना पड़ेगा. सो -1 4 30. सो 10 and 10 volts. Right? I have made a mistake. I'm getting a different answer. No, it's right. V1 is what we are getting, 10 and 10. So 40 minus 10 is 30. 40 minus 10 is 30. You can try it here also. 20, 30, 40. 40 by 4 is 10. 20, 30, 40. 40 by 4 is 10. Yeah. Okay.